I want to talk about two video packages we got. We had this creepy eyes of Luke Harper. I'm not sure what that's trying to tell us, but it was creepy. So it's good that the character that we were getting from Luke Harper when he was in the Wyatt family is still continuing with the creepiness that he can offer us. Then there's the Xavier Woods. This must be his third strike, then he's out. This is his chance to shine in a way. I'm not sure what kind of character he's meant to portray. Is he a singer? Is he a preacher? Is he both? But I feel if this fails, Xavier Woods is out because he's not seeming to fit or work or find somewhere where he's going to be stable in. We start the show off with a surprise return from Vince McMahon. And was it just me, or did he look tired and out of it? He was still able to get the job done and announce that at Survivor Series that you can watch on the WWE Network for $9.99. If the Authority lose the traditional 5-on-5, they will lose the power as the Authority, giving the power to someone else. That someone else is still a big question mark, but during that, given the stipulation on the Authority's half, we were all wondering, what about Team Cena? What happens if they lose? And yes, the first idea that may come into your mind is if Cena loses, he loses the opportunity to go after Brock Lesnar's WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But I don't really like that idea because it should not be just focusing on Cena, because there's the other team members that should be punished or have some effect if they lose. So maybe they all don't get to go for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship for a certain time. Maybe that each one of them gets punished over the next month following Survivor Series. Just small ideas. But it was good to see Vince McMahon back in the WWE. It's just a shame that he must have left the oven on. He must have thought, you know what, fans are going to hate me for delaying the WWE Network in the UK, which many fans have said, it's not the WWE's fault, it's UK TV. But in pre-hand, when you're making big announcements like this, you want to be 100% sure that it's not going to backfire on you. So the WWE should have made sure everything is set in stone before stuff like this happens. So I am going to blame the WWE. How do I feel about the network being delayed here? I'm not rushing out to buy it. Once all these criticisms have died down or I feel the need to get the network, then I may do it. But right now, everything I want to watch is already on the internet or on DVD form. How do I feel about the stipulation? Without the Authority there, we've got the top heels. The heels who are playing the owner role of the show. It's needed. It's good to have the faces fighting against the Authority, the heels. So I'm hoping the Authority have a plan B, plan C, because I like them around, even if sometimes they do make too many appearances. The psychotic Dean Ambrose defeated Cesaro. And I could go through the typical how I feel about Cesaro not getting pushed, but I don't really think it's about the match that mattered on Raw. We had Bray Wyatt like to go out. He appears sitting on the ramp, and the commentators are playing, "Ooh, creepy, where did he come from?" And then after the match, the lights go off, and he disappears. The rocking chair's just rocking. "Ooh, what happened? That's creepy, where did he go?" It's just they had a full show to fill. They had plenty of time. They could have done something more creative with Bray Wyatt than appearing on the ramp. Ooh. And the feud going forward, it's still in early stages, so I'm not expecting something awesome to happen each and every week. But I do expect the Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt confrontation in the ring backstage to be great and awesome, promos bouncing off each other. The reason they're facing each other is not quite strong enough for me, but like I said last week, I am looking forward to this feud going forward. Who do I want it to benefit? That's the question, because I like both wrestlers. Dean Ambrose, great character, quick, fluent wrestling skills. Bray Wyatt, great character. Not the very best wrestling style, moves, but the character fits him well. So the question for me for this particular feud and part of Raw is, who do you think or want the feud to benefit? Bray Wyatt or Dean Ambrose? The in-ring segment between Dolph Ziggler and the Authority was brilliant. I like how Dolph Ziggler got the focus as a singles wrestler, a part of Team Cena, and as the Intercontinental Champion. Because Dolph Ziggler is a favourite of mine. I've liked him for a long time now, and I've always wanted to see him actually get a successful push. But something always fails and he slips back down, which the Authority clearly pointed out to him. But they said by not joining Team Cena, possibly joining Team Authority, you can get anything you want. And of course Dolph Ziggler's not going to pick to face the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. We don't ever expect to see Dolph Ziggler defeating or facing Brock Lesnar. But after looking like he's thinking about it, some wrestlers would take the opportunity to get what they want, to work alongside the Authority, the boss. But no, he refuses, stays strong as a face, and wants to see the Authority lose power at Survivor Series. Triple H stands strong, takes what Ziggler's thrown at him, and books the match right there and then for Dolph Ziggler to put his Intercontinental Championship up against Seth Rollins. This match, you expect greatness from. Dolph Ziggler, great performer. Seth Rollins, another one too. And it was a good match. I enjoyed this match. This match, even though they're putting Seth Rollins up in the main event scene to face the Intercontinental Champion, like I said, puts concentration on Dolph Ziggler after the promo and in this match against Seth Rollins, and gives Raw the good match that we're expecting to see. But the match becomes a disqualification. Seth Rollins wins, but Ziggler retains, as Randy Orton interferes and RKO's Seth Rollins. And this sets up the theme going on later in the night. I thought this fit in quite well. It was a great little moment for Dolph Ziggler, putting Dolph Ziggler as a possible concentration going on into Survivor Series, and continues the possible feud between Seth Rollins and Randy Orton. TITUS. You have the Authority watching Ryback defeat Titus O'Neil. And with Ryback portraying as a face, I doubt he's going to be a member of Team Authority. But to give Ryback these wins, these returning matches, you do think, where's he going to go next? Is he going to be a part of Team Cena? Has he got a possible another match coming up going into Survivor Series? Occasionally a match, a feud to find out who the biggest, baddest and strongest big guy in the WWE is a good thing to have. It's to find out who the next big thing is. But when it's Big Show versus Mark Henry, the WWE Universe don't care about this, want to see this. It's outdated. These two wrestlers should be against other talent, putting them over, making them look good, not against each other. If anything, the tag team they were teasing would have been the best thing for them. But the feud, the match, I don't really care. You have Mark Henry laying out the Big Show steel steps, talking trash to him, possibly building up a match for Survivor Series. But WWE, With the reaction the WWE Universe were given this, I'd keep this as short as possible. Following Nikki defeating Emma, I would like to see Nikki take advantage of Bray to help her become the Divas Champion, and then possibly retain it in AJ's rematch, to then enter a feud against Brie Bella for the Divas Championship, before eventually losing it to Brie later down the line. It's a nice little development there, and as much as that might gain my interest for that amount of time, just like the tag team division, the WWE should not just look at the now, they should look at where they can go next. Because I've probably booked something for the next few months. But once Breeze became champion, who's the next heel she's going to go against? An Irishman and a Bulgarian walk into a bar. Crash! Yeah, I tried to be funny and obviously got no reaction. It happens sometimes. But the Bulgarian on Raw defeated Zack Ryder. And backstage, Stephanie McMahon was praising that match. That was impressive, Rusev. He beat Zack frickin' Ryder. If Rusev went on and did this to John Cena, then I'd understand how impressive and agree with you, Steph. But not Zack Ryder. And then you have Tyson Kidd defeating the United States champion, Sheamus, by countout. And then you have this promo work between the two to hype up the United States Championship match. Yes, Sheamus was wrestling twice, but the match was taking place on the WWE Network straight after Raw, which Rusev won. That's right, fans. The people that don't have the WWE Network, like us here in the UK, Rusev defeated Sheamus. I'm sure we'll get a clip on the SmackDown, or we'll get a clip on next week's Raw, but us fans didn't see that. No. But well done, Rusev. Now let's see you defeat Sheamus again and take that United States Championship somewhere else. But even though we have a new US champion, every time we've got a new US champion, it's warm for a couple of weeks, then stale again. It would be nice if we had a multi-tag team Survivor Series match at Survivor Series, but the WWE seem to like narrowing their tag team division down to as small as possible, to possibly 3 tag teams. But on Raw, we got a tease of where we could be going. We have The Miz defeating one of the Usos, one of the Las Matadores defeating Stardust. So there was a tease of the entertaining Mizdow eyeing up the tag team championships. But on SmackDown, in a steel cage, we have the Gold Brothers defending their championships against the Usos. Okay, so let's say the Gold Brothers retain. Can we somehow get an entertaining Survivor Series style match for the Tag Team Championships at Survivor Series? Make the tag team division better. Like I said, you've limited your tag teams down to basically these 3 now. Give us something more. I know this is a repeated want by WWE fans, but I want to keep saying it because you may have got entertaining tag teams, but not entertaining futures. So the teasing of a Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton match happened on Raw. Because Orton was so determined to get Seth Rollins, he went as far as teasing to join Team Cena at Survivor Series. And because Triple H wanted them to settle their differences, ready to stay on his team, he set the main event, Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton, which Seth Rollins won by reversing the RKO into a pin that doesn't normally win matches. Randy Orton was frustrated that he lost to Seth Rollins. Triple H uses anger management skills to bring Orton back down to a calm level. But this didn't last long because Seth Rollins ended up getting RKO'd, the Authority ended up getting attacked, Triple H getting punched. But, you know, the Authority always win. So they took care of business. They took down Randy Orton. Kane tripped over the steel steps. Seth Rollins curb stomped Orton on the announce table and the steel steps. Everything was going on. But this is to write Orton off so he can film the Condemned 2. And Steph, from the very start, knew this wasn't a good idea. She knew that the unstable Randy Orton and the Seth Rollins weren't going to work well together. They weren't going to be the right choice for this team that needs to be as strong as possible so they can keep their job. And I thought it was a good finish. Yes, Randy Orton's probably going to come back as a face, which is going to be very disappointing because I'm sure he wants to be a heel. We want him as a heel. So they're turning him face. Unless Triple H has got a plan B, plan C, I'm expecting Team Cena to win. Now my overall thoughts. Well, the first 2 hours, possibly a little bit over, weren't bad. I thought this could have been actually a good Raw. But then the last hour, last half now before the main event, just didn't work as well as the first 2 hours. But the main event was bang, full of action, and Survivor Series nailed it. Team Authority are looking weak, but possibly going strong as they find other members. Team Cena's going to get the build up next week. We've had championship matches involved. We've had tag team divas. So this show was full of things that it needed to be full of, and some things it shouldn't have been full of, some things questionable, but overall an acceptable Raw. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm sure possibly you're not going to like it, but I'd be interested to see if you can give me the good, the bad and the ugly.